What's going on, guys? We are at ActivAge Sarasota today for another update video, and I wanted to take you behind the scenes so you can see what's been going on. As you can see here in the front, we got the roof up, the tin roof on top of our overhang. We got all of our pavers in, they're looking nice and fresh. And but we got a lot of stuff going on the inside, the stuff that, like the boring stuff, but I'm gonna show it to you anyway, so come on, follow along, let's go. This beautiful paver setup here, they did it in the herringbone, whatever you call it, style. So it looks a little classier. It was a lot of work though. There was a lot of cuts to make all those 45-degree angles and to make it look the way it does. But doesn't it look classy, right? All right, so let's go inside. I'm gonna show you what we've been doing on the inside. We've had HVAC, we've had plumbing, we've had electrical, we've had fans put in, all sorts of good stuff. Now we're working on the fire sprinkler system. So anyways, all the boring stuff, but we're making progress and that's what matters. It took us a little longer, but we got them all in. We got 8 air conditioning units. We got one right here. We got one over there. We got another one here. We got 2 on that side. And then 3 on the other side. We have 8 air conditioners total. 8 air conditioners. Like, I don't even want to know what that electric bill is going to be like. But we have foam insulation coming here pretty soon, so that should help cut down on the bill. That being said, we actually have Tanner and Justin in here today. They're wrapping up the fire sprinkler system. As soon as we're done with the fire sprinkler system, we're rolling right into foam insulation, and we're rolling right into drywall, and then finally, we can start making real progress. We have all the fans in all the bathrooms. So all that stuff is finally done. We passed our HVAC inspection, and now we're finishing up fire sprinkler. And we'll have Tanner here in a second show you what the fire sprinkler system is all about. And then hopefully on the next video, you guys are gonna see some real progress. So let's see what Tanner has to say. Let's go. What's going on, guys? So today we got Tanner from Central Fire here. He's helping put all of our fire sprinkler systems in and getting us ready so we can finally put the drywall up. But Tanner, I was gonna have you kind of show us a little bit about how this works. I know we got the fire sprinkler system that, like, you know, is gonna support the interior space, but then there's the one up in the attic or the ceiling area. But you know, feel free to like kind of enlighten us and you know, how this works, and you know, how the pieces kind of connect together, and then what this flex pipe does. Or
okay, so basically the way the sprinkler system works is we have water fed in from outside. It comes in through what we call a riser with its own control valve and everything that you can shut the water off and supply the water to the building. It feeds in through this pipe up here. It's a 3-inch size main with a 2.5-inch size main branch that comes off. And what it does is it feeds little tiny branch lines that are about 1.5 inches. They go up into the ceiling, and then they run down the length of the building. And there's a special type of head that we have up there called an upright that goes off at about 200 degrees. And that will cover the whole attic space above the drywall, okay? And then we also have these things called flex heads. What we do is we come down with 1-inch threaded pipe. It comes down, and then we flex it over to where the head's supposed to be later on when they come to put in their grid ceiling, where they put the tile ceiling in. So
that way we can kind of position it wherever,
yes,
you know, wherever we need it for that particular room.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, cool.
So basically the way that would work is, so they would put their grid ceiling in where they would pop the white tiles in. We would drill a hole in the tile. We would take this flex it to wherever we need it to go, and then it comes with a special bracket that will be bracketed on, and then we just tighten these nuts according, and then that head's set, done. And all we gotta do is come put a cute little trim ring on it, and that's your head.
That's good. I think what always got me is, like, when you take the 2 pipes, you know, they're always like, you know, connected by that like grommet or whatever. But I was like, how does that work? I mean, how does that seal it so water doesn't, you know, leak out of there? Or?
So basically what we have here, it's called a Zern is the brand. But we basically, in the trait of fire sprinkler, we call it a groove lock or a Vic. So basically what you do is you would take the nuts off like so, and you would open it up and you have a rubber gasket, okay? So then you would take your fitting or another piece of pipe and you would put the rubber gasket on it. Then you would take the corresponding piece, whether it's another fitting or a piece of pipe, and you would slide it on there to where it sits nice and flush on each side. You can feel around, make sure it's all good. Then you would take your groove lock, push it on there, flip it around like so. And then once you put it on there, and this part's a little noisy. So basically what you would do is you would just tighten her down very evenly, kind of like doing lug nuts on a rim. And that's it.
Awesome.
Fitting locked on, nice and sealed, and it can hold up to 210 PSI.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know, typically you go like what, 10, 20 foot spans for your piping?
So for steel pipe, for instance, groove pipe, threaded pipe, usually you get it in about 21 foot sticks when you order it. It comes in 21 foot sticks. You can get it at any length, but typically 10 foot, 20 foot, 21 feet.
But we had to go with a smaller.
We had to go with some spots 7 foot, and then most spots like 10 foot 6.
Okay.
And then, we're able to get 16 foot sticks in some areas.
Got it.
Just depending on the truss layout.
Right, and that's because we have all these trusses, these wooden trusses, which are just like so much closer together, and so it's hard you can't fit a 20 foot pipe.
Yes, sir.
When they're all tight like that. So, dude, Tanner, I appreciate you, man. How long you been doing this now?
I've been in this trade for 7 years, straight out of high school.
Wow, that's awesome, man. That's awesome, dude. Well, I feel confident knowing that Tanner's on the job doing it. So, how many years is that? That's like what, probably about 10 years now?
I've been doing this since 2017.
Okay, 2017.
The day after I graduated.
How old are you?
I am 24.
Dang, golly.
I was 17
I feel
years
old. I'm getting old.
Yeah, 17 years old when I started this.
That's awesome, man. Well, Tanner, dude, I really appreciate you, man. Thank you for all your help with this, and we look forward to wrapping this part of it up so we can move on to the next step, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.